have an opponent? We do. He's awake. Can we get a Catalan? As long as it's not a Tarrasch. So we've beaten up on that opening enough. Here comes D5. Okay, good. I don't mind beating this. The Tarrasch, on the other hand, is falling in the category of openings that I'm tired of playing against, because you do the same thing. You can play mechanically, no creativity, and we already have enough games like that on the channel. Got a weakness, focus on the weakness, bother the weakness. Well, if you insist, we can do that, but helping me with my development. Look at that. You think endgame is going to be where you're safe. You're not safe. You are not safe from me. Not in this structure. Well, how about we just ease on over here and take that one? That looks pretty free. I'm gonna ease back over here. You know what? That. If you do that. Nah, what we gonna do? F3, D5. That's interesting. There's more here than I thought. Okay. Simple chess. Don't get too fancy. Trading the wrong one. Not 94. Everything's in harmony. It's what you love to see in a possession. Can't complain about that at all. My opponent made the mistake of not applying any pressure anywhere, making any threats I had to worry about. Makes life too easy. Can't make life too easy on the opponent. And this position is resignable. There's just no counterplay for black. And when there's no counterplay, you get the suffering. Just throw that in. No hurry. We're gonna kill all counterplay. Now he's time for that. Since he took pressure off of there. No real threats. Nothing you can do. Only pain. You can do it in 2 or do it in 10. What's the rule? Okay. So yeah, like I was saying, certain lines I don't mind facing because it can be instructive. This is a mix and match opening. You can tell by the statistics in the database, this is favorable for white. These are the types of positions that you do not need to have in your opening notes once you start getting comfortable, because natural moves are going to lead to just a better game. So it's like a Sicilian where we haven't played e4, so that makes the bishop on g2 stronger. And already by the engine's estimation, white's like +2, which is ridiculous but believable, because where's black's attack? The thing about the hedgehog is it's coiled spring, and black is setting up a hedgehog structure, but he's traded off key pieces, and there's no attack anywhere. And there's no breaks. Without any breaks, no pawn levers, no plans, so you'll only find suffering. So I pile up on the weakness, and I could already play knight b5, but I'm just going to do my normal thing here. I was going to play b3, a4, bishop a3, or just wait and see what he does. But queen c5, it's not making your situation any better. I find it interesting that it wants queen takes c5. I'll see what line the engine gives. Yeah, because bishop c7 and bishop d6 made perfect sense. And helping him make a symmetrical pawn structure. Yeah, I still understand that white's much better here. And we're winning the pawn, but that's not clear. So I see a way, since my opponent's playing queen c5, he's telegraphing that he wants to trade queens. So I get a developmental move in, which says, okay, if you're going to trade queens, all you're going to do is give me a rook lift, and I was going to double, and but now after that move, I see simple double attack hitting the two pawns. e5 did not help with the situation. And I found the best move after some debate, knight b5, as there was some tricks here. Knight e4 was definitely what I was looking at, and I was actually just going to take and go after the weakness. The only imbalance chance that black has was going for the bishop pair. When I saw bishop e4, yet again my opponent is trading down without any substance to it. You're not getting anything. Don't trade if it doesn't help you. So I'm picking up more time, and then he helped me by giving me an extra move with doubling the rooks and gets my king closer to the action for later for the ending. Now I play a4, so the immediate bishop a3 was probably good, but I'm just securing it because I don't see him doing anything useful. And then he entombs his bishop. This is the pawn with a funny hat. It's a pawn. That bishop is a pawn. But in order to win that guy, I need to trade. Then, like I said, this is resignable. Engine agrees at +8. So technique with winning these. c5 first is probably more accurate, so you're threatening c6 check, but of course he's going to move the king. Kill, counterplay. g4, again, first choice of the engine. Stops him from moving the pawns, which could potentially check my king. Moving the king in a way to where his rook could collect on the second rank. We're not allowing any of that. He moved his rook, so it gave me first opportunity to get the two connected passers, which is a death sentence and rook and pawn endings. And I just set up a structure where you can do absolutely nothing. So we find the right moment. I check. King b7 is definitely the better option. And then my idea was to do this. But he went the other way, which made life even easier because I have a way to continue to press with the pawns. And now it's forced win, as we can just queen without any difficulties. So, relatively clean game, and a good lesson in what not to do against an English player who understands how to handle these types of positions. You can't just make random moves versus the English. Probably, if I look in this guy's repertoire, he doesn't normally play against the English too often, or he plays completely differently against d4. So one of the recommendations that I make, if say you're a Queen's Gambit player, play e6. 90% of the time, you're going to transpose back into something you recognize. Like, for instance, following the aggressive Queen's Gambit decline move order. Lo and behold, White's either going to play some passive move like b3, which is okay, but definitely not a main line. We're back in mainline Catalan. Closed, closed, or open, which is easily the best option. You got to learn some theory there, but definitely the best option for black. So don't have something different for the English if you don't have to. Knight f3 and c4, we play these moves. I say this as a guy who plays them. We play these moves to see if you'll do something different and trick you. Because you know those positions a lot less than you do what you play against d4, which you face all the time. That'll do it for this one.